Okay, good morning students. Okay, today we are going to discuss about the electroplating of copper. Now this is the topic which is mainly useful for the first year chemistry students as well as second and third year mechanical students. Okay, this topic is under the corrosion control. By using this process, definitely we can control the corrosion process. Now this process is called as electroplating. What is the definition of electroplating first? Electroplating process is nothing but the process of coating the coating metal on the surface of base metal by using the electrolysis process. So by using the electrolysis process only, definitely we can coat the coating metal on the surface of base metal. Now when the coating metal is coated on the surface of base metal, definitely we can control the corrosion process. Now when we observe the diagram of electroplating, this diagram is mainly having the number of chambers. Now this chamber is the wooden or concrete tank, and this is act as cathode, and this is the metal ion, and this is the anode which is made up of pure copper, and this is the valve for replenish the loss in case of inert anode, and also this is the battery which is having the two poles, negative and positive pole, and this is the DC source, and this solution is called as copper sulfate solution. This is about the description of the diagram. Now let's see how can we coat the coating metal on the surface of base metal. First of all, we need to take the coating metal which is act as anode. In this process we are depending upon the copper as the anode. So copper is taken in the form of anode, and also we can take the base metal in the form of cathode. As the best example of base metal, we are using the iron. Now iron cathode as well as copper anode, both are completely immersed in the solution of electrolyte solution, which is nothing but copper sulfate solution, and there is the presence of DC current source. The two electrodes are completely connected to the battery, and there is one valve. By using this valve we can fill the electrolyte solution in case of any kind of losing. Now what is the actual process? How can we coat the coating metal on the surface of base metal? First of all, this is the anode and this is the cathode. Both electrodes are connected to the DC current source. When the two ends are connected to the DC current source, automatically from the battery there is the formation of the current, and finally this current is entering into the electrolyte solution. You know that what is the electrolyte here? Copper sulfate is act as electrolyte. When current is entering into the electrolyte solution, copper sulfate solution undergo electrolysis to produce two types of the ions. Those are nothing but Cu plus 2 and SO4 minus 2 ions. In this way, copper sulfate is completely decomposed into its ions. One is the positive ion and another one is the negative ion. So during the electrolysis process, after the formation of number of ions like cations and anions, all the cations and all the anions are moving towards their respective electrodes. So that means all the copper ions are moving towards the base metal, and all the sulfate ions are moving towards the copper or anode. So finally, when the copper ions are moving towards the base metal, all the copper ions are coated on the surface of iron, and when the sulfate ions are moving towards the anode, all the sulfate ions are completely coated on the surface of copper. In this way, we can coat the coating metal on the surface of base metal. Then we will get the corrosion control article. Now this process is called as electroplating process. Now this process is having the number of precautions, so always we have to use the same temperature throughout the entire process, and also the choice of electrolyte solution is purely depending upon the choice of anode. For example, as anode we are using the copper, so as electrolyte we are using the copper sulfate solution. So these are the few precautions we should follow. Okay, dear students, this process is the electroplating process. This process is having the number of the applications. By using this process we can coat the metals as well as non-metals completely. If you like this video, okay, you can like this video, and also if you have any kind of the doubts about electroplating, always you are welcome to comment in the given box. Thank you.